we are discussing various functions or methods present in a list, the data type list. Tell me, what are the functions we have seen so far? What are the various functions we have seen with respect to the list? So what are the functions? Can anybody remember? Yes, tell me. What are the functions? We have, I don't know why it is not opening. Let me reshare them. Hold a minute. So wait a minute, it is just loading. Meanwhile, you can answer my question. Tell me, what are the various types of functions we have seen in the context of list? So what are the various methods present in the list? Yes, any idea?
Append, extend, insert.
Okay. Append, extend, insert, and then what are other? Only three methods we have seen so far.
Remove.
Okay, remove, and then
Min and maxima.
after remove, what is the next function? What is the next function in remove?
Reverse.
Reverse. Okay. Next.
Slice.
Slice, correct. Next. And then what are the other?
Pop.
Yes. Remove, after that we have pop. Right? Now you can see the difference between remove and pop. So by calling the function remove, how many elements present in the list we can delete from the list? How many elements? By calling the function remove, how many elements so that we can remove from the list? This is
One.
a permanent deletion, not a temporary. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. It is healthy. I hope it is good. Is it visible to all? Confirm me.
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you. So these are the things. Append we have seen. So what is meant by append? So what is meant by append? To add elements into the list. At a time we can add only one element, that too at the end of the list. And then similarly extend. So what is the purpose of the function extend? So it is used to add a new list to the existing list. So in this case, you can add the elements present in the another list to the existing list. Also insert. Oh, what is meant by insert? Tell me. What is the function insert will do? You should not forget, these are very, very important methods. While building any program, you should have a clear knowledge on all these methods, right? So tell me.
To add an element in a defined index.
Correct. So that is here, in the case of append, we cannot specify the index or position of the new element where you want to place in the existing list. But in the case of insert, it takes two attributes. The function insert will take two attributes. One is, so what is the first one? One is nothing but the index. One is the index and another one is the value. So here you can specify, you can place the element in the defined position. In the defined position, you can place your element. So what we said, all these three, append, extend and insert, are the three methods used to add the elements into the list, right? Now we have seen the functions like remove. So what a remove will do? So remove, so tell me, so what is the operation of remove? Yes, tell me, what is the operation of the function remove? What it will do? So this is what we are saying. Remove, you need to call the method by specifying the list. So this is our list name. You can call the list by its name. So this is your list name, right? And then you can call the method whatever you want. So using remove function, one can remove the elements present in the list. Only one element, right? So only one element that we can remove. And if the element has a scope of repetition, that is, if the element occurs more than once in the given list, then the element present in the first occurrence will be removed, right? And we have seen pop. What is meant by pop? Can anybody answer? Another method or function we use in pop. So what is it? What is the difference between the method pop and remove? Yes, tell me. Yes.
Pop will remove the element in a defined index.
Correct. So here, in the case of remove, you need to specify the value. So this is a string. This is a string. So what is a string? ABC, that you want to remove from the existing list. You need to call the function, that is, what is your attribute? The attribute present in the remove function should be the value of the list. In the case of pop, in the case of the function pop, you need to call the function by its position or index. So what it will do? Pop of 4. So what it will do? The element or the value present in the fourth position or in the fourth index will be removed from the list, right? You should know the difference between the two methods or functions. Both are interchangeable. Sometimes I call all these things as methods, right? Sometimes I will call all these operations as methods. They are also popular as functions, right? We can also call them with as a function. So function will take some attributes, right, inside the parenthesis. So here, by calling the function pop, you want to remove the element placed in the fourth position. That is done. So what is the next operation? Slice. So this time you are interested in accessing only few elements from the list, not the entire list. Understand? So these methods are quite popular while performing data analysis. So what is my data? It is nothing but a matrix, big matrix. So imagine in real time, there will be 1 million rows. There will be 1 million rows or few billion columns. That is a huge matrix. Understand? You need to work with that matrix. So how to access all these elements? right? So it is not to access the complete or whole set of elements present in the list. So it is about our interest from which index to which index. So this is regarding slicing. So by calling the function slice, so what you can do? Answer me. Tell me, by calling the function slice, so what you can do? So slice means it is not a function. Try to understand. I'm not going to call this as slice of. No. This is quite different when compared to other 5 existing methods. Here I'm not going to call the method slice directly. So this is the method calling. This is the method to slice the elements present in the list. Right. So we said yesterday. So what we are going to have? The method. So what is it? The list can be called. What is it? The list. So can be sliced by using the square brackets and the colon. So left side is the starting point and right side is the end index. So this is what slice. And then we have seen the another method called reverse. So what we are going to do? We want to reverse the elements present in the list. So this is what the original list. So this is the original list having the elements as 1, 2, 3, 4, A. So if you perform the reverse operation, my list, so you are going to call the function directly, right? So are you able to follow me? Any problem?
No,
Yes?
sir.
Okay, right. So here you are going to call the method directly by using the list name. So it is going to be my list. So this is a simple example, my list dot reverse. That's all. So this particular list will reverse. So now if you verify the status of this list, you will find the result as like this. So A will be in the 0th position. You will find 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right. So complete reverse. So this is used to reverse the elements present in the list. And the next one is called length. So what is by length? I want to know the number of elements present in the list. Understand? So how many elements are there in this list? Can anybody? How many elements are there in the list?
5.
Yes, 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the output will be 5. Okay. So don't confuse with the indexing. So indexing is always 0 for the complete Python. మీరు పైథాన్ బేస్ లెవెల్లో తీసుకున్నా లేకపోతే మిడిల్ లెవెల్ ఆర్ హై లెవెల్ ఆపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద పైథాన్, the indexing always starts from 0 only. Okay, now so by using the function len, what we want to know? We want to know the number of elements. So this will give you the number of elements present in the list. That is number of elements. So that you can count directly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all. So this we have seen. And the last two we have seen in the yesterday's class are nothing but min and max. So what is it? So you have a lengthy list, right? And you are interested to know the minimum value present in the list, or minimum value of the list, or maximum value of the list, right? So what is the condition while using this min max functions? What is the condition? We said this yesterday. So this is what the example. You define a list that is 1, 2, 3, and you want to know minimum value of the list. You can go with min. So what is it? Min of list name, or you can directly specify the list here, right? So what is the condition to apply the two functions min and max? What is the condition?
Similar type of elements.
they should be homogeneous. The elements present in the list should be homogeneous. Heterogeneous list cannot be used to determine the min and max. So what is by heterogeneous? So this 1, 2, 3 is homogeneous or heterogeneous? This list is homogeneous or heterogeneous?
Homogeneous.
Homogeneous, because it has all the elements are of the similar data type. Homogeneous means all the elements present in the list should be of the similar data type. Understand? So what is my heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means what? So you can define a list. You can define a list using a combination of a string,
Float, integer.
float, and then integer. So this is heterogeneous. So what is this list now? This is heterogeneous list. Okay. So we cannot perform this min max operation over this heterogeneous list. There is a condition, right? An important objective question. What is the output of min of? What is the output of min of this list? That's all. Min of list A 10.1 1 comment. What is the output? What is the output of this? Tell me.
Error.
Error.
Huh?
Error.
Error, correct. The output is going to be the error. Correct. Sometimes you will face this kind of objective also. Okay. And similarly, this can be applied to max also. Now coming to the count. So what is meant by the count? The function count returns the number of occurrences of a given element. You have defined a list. You have defined a list like this, say 1, 2, 1, 3. Right. Now what I want to know? I want to know the number of times the value 1 occurs in the list. So this do not give the number of elements present in the list. So what is that function? Length. Length will give you the number of elements present in the list. Whereas the function count will tell you number of times the value 1 occurs. So again, you need to call this function with respect to the list, my underscore list dot. Right? The answer will be answer ఏమండి? My count of 1. What is the answer? This is the list.
2.
Yes, the answer is going to be 2. Correct. So there will be a close relation. You should not get confused. So that is the most peculiar thing in all these functions, right? So with this we conclude this, and also we have another thing, right? We have not. So wait a minute, I will open one more PPT. Wait a minute. Are you able to see this screen? Yes. Okay, now are you able to see this? Guys, tell me.
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So now in today's class, we will continue the methods in list. So the another one is going to be the concatenate. So what is this operation? It is used to merge two lists and returns a single list. Right? Concatenation is generally of the form. So what is it? Plus. Concatenation will perform the operation like a plus. It seems to be an multiplication. Let me erase it. So concatenation will perform. So which operation? Plus. Again, it seems to be like an interval. No problem. So here I will highlight. So what we are going to say, the plus sign is used to perform concatenation, and The individual lists are not modified, however, and a new combined list will be returned, right? So already you have a list. This is my list. My list. It has some values. And I have another list. Say that is list 2. Now what I want to do, I want to concatenate. It is simple addition only. So your instruction will be my list plus list 2. That's all. Plus is the operation, sorry. Plus is the operation that we are going to use to add or concatenate. Add is not an appropriate terminology. So it is to concatenate the two lists, right? And the condition is the individual list, such as my list and list 2, do not modify. Understand? Again, another objective question. They were asked you to perform concatenation, and then they will ask you what is the status of my list. So it will remain same only. So this is a new operation. So this is a new operation that results in a new list. So this is a list 1. This is a list 2. Because of this concatenation, we are going to get the third list. However, both these two lists do not change. They do not change. Okay, the status of these two lists remains same. Okay, so that is what concatenate. And another one is called multiply. So in concatenate, we have seen plus. And in multiply, we are going to perform multiplication. So what I'm going to say here, if I say my list into 2, what will happen? The resultant list is the original list repeated twice. Understand? You are asked to repeat the values present in the list twice. So that is called multiply, right? And now the another one is index. This method returns the position of the first occurrence of the given element. Of course, this element may occur several times. This element occurs several times in the list, and it is repeating actually, right? However, it will list, it will index, it will print the index of the first occurrence of the element. So this is the element or value. Understand? This is the element. So when this occurs for the first time in the list, it may be in the first indexing or 10th indexing or 20th indexing. Of course, it is repeated in all these 3 indexing, 1, 10, and 20. Then the index will, the output will be 1 only, right? Nothing but index. And the next one is going to be the sort. So what is by sorting? What is by sorting? You are asked to sort the elements present in the list in ascending order. So you know this ascending order and descending order, right? So here you are asked to perform ascending order operation. You are asked to arrange the elements. You are asked to arrange the elements in ascending order by calling the function sort. And this operation can only be on homogeneous list only. Again, so by this time we have 2 functions that do operate on homogeneous list. So what are the 2 lists? What are the 2 functions? So first one is min max. First one is min and max. And the second one is sort. The function sort also operates on homogeneous list only. So here you are asked to arrange the elements in ascending order, right? So this is what? This is the list, and you need to call like this, your list dot sort. That's all. No need to pass inside the function, right? And the next one is nothing but the clear. So this removes all the elements in the list and empties them. Be careful while using the function clear, right? So if I call the list like this, my list dot clear, that's all. So what is the result? This will become an empty. This will become an empty list. Okay, so this is the function clear. So let us practice them ideally, and then we will move to the next topic. So let us practice in. I'm opening the ideally, confirm its visibility. Yes. Yes, is it visible? Students, is it visible, the ideally?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the function, first function you want to practice? The first function is going to be concatenate. So let us create two lists. Let us say list, list one, like this. So my list one is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, comma 10.5, comma a string called AB. And second list is like this. I hope it is visible to all. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So these are the two lists. Now what I want to do, I want to concatenate. Simply use like this: list one plus list two. You can see the output. So are you able to see the output? So if you do like this, list two plus list one, what is the result? So list two elements will appear first, and then list one elements. Okay. So however, the status of the original list remains the same. List one will be same, and list two will also be same. There is no change in the nature of the two list. Okay. So any doubt up to this? Nothing. So better if you note down these things. Next one is multiply. So what I want to do, I want to multiply the elements present in the list. So let us consider list one. List one multiplied by 3. What is the result? Anybody? This is nothing but multiplication. Multiply. I am multiplying the two lists. I am multiplying a list. Okay. So tell me, what is the result? Can anybody answer?
Error.
Error? Why error? Why error? What is there to pop up the error? No, nothing. So see here. What is list one? This is the list one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10.5 AB. And you are asked to repeat the list. So multiply means what? Repeat. Repeat the elements present in the list at least for 3 times. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10.5 AB. And again this 1, 2, 3, 4, 10.5 AB will come, and again it repeats even in the third iteration. Right? If I ask like this, list 1, multiplication by 10. So what is the output now? You can see the list one is repeated for 10 times. So this is nothing but, what is this operation? Multiply. You are asked to repeat the elements present in the list to that many number of times, right? And what is the next operation? Index. So here, what do you want to know? I want to know the index of, so let us wait. So what do you want? Index of 3 in list 1. So what is the index? So the index is going to be 2. Able to follow. So this is actual list 1. This is list 1. Right? In that you are trying to get the index of the element 3. Index of the element 3 present in list 1. So what is the index? 0, 1, 2. Right? So this is the index. This is the index of the list. Right? So students, you are clear with this. Any doubt? And similarly, if you are interested to know the other list 1 index, so which index you want to know, which value index you want to know. So within that index you need to pass the value, not the position. So within this you need to pass the value. So which value you want to know? I want to know the index 10.5, the index of 10.5. What is the answer? 4. You can see here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? So this is called the operation of index. So within the index you need to pass the value. Okay, all of you kindly note down these operations. And what is the next one? Sort. So let us sort the list. So it's the same thing. So if I call the list like this, list 1 dot, wait a minute. So it will show the all the possible sort. That's all. What is the output? What is the output? Can anybody answer? Yes, tell me, students. What is the output of this?
Error, sir.
Correct. It will be an error only, right? So why? Because does not support between instances. We have it is a heterogeneous list actually, right? We have string. We have, what is it? Float and then integer. So first remove these elements and then we will perform this sort operation. List 1. So I want to remove 10.5. How to remove? I want to remove the value 10.5. Use remove and give the value. It's done. Similarly, I want to remove. Now check the status of list. There is no 10.5. Similarly, I want to remove string list 1 dot remove. So string you want to delete. So what is the string? AB. Removed. Now check the status of list 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it seems to be in a perfect order. Let us make it zigzag. So saying I want to add a value to the list. How can I add a value to the list? Just tell me. By using append. append. So what value you want to add? Yes, you want to add 10. Okay. Similarly, I want to add one more value. List one dot. What I want? Append 5. Done. Now see the status of the list. So this is the status of your list. Now you can perform the operation sort. List one dot sort. That's all. Apart from this, nothing we need to pass inside this argument. Okay. So what is it now? List one. So now see the status of list one. Can anybody give me the output? So it performs ascending order. And what is by ascending order? You should know. Yes, tell me. Tell me what is the output of this? Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10.
Okay. That's all. This is an ascending order. This is an ascending order arrangement of the elements present in the list. Clear? So this we have seen. And the next one is going to be clear. So be careful while using what is it, clear. So how to call the function clear? So you need to call the list by saying clear. So let us check list one. So let us see the suggestion clear. It is there. What happens if I give without any parenthesis? Will it work or not? Tell me. Will it work or not? Without parenthesis, will it work or not? Guess the answer. What is the output? It will clear the elements in the list, or there is an error. So what is
Error.
huh?
Error.
Error? So there will not be any error. Now let us check the status of the list. Same one. It will never perform that specific operation. So this will not perform that operation. So if you say list one dot, so what do you want to perform? Clear. Now represent this as a function. Now what is the output? So it went smoothly. Oh, what is the output of the list one?
Empty list.
An empty list, right? So these are the various methods or functions that we can perform over list. Okay. So any doubt in this? Or otherwise we will move to the next topic called tuple. Tuple or tuple. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let me share the PPT. So this time, are you able to see this? Yes. Hope you are able to see this screen. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Give me confirmation. There are almost 50 people, 55, 54. Okay, don't sleep while.
Yes, sir.
That's fine. So what is my
Yes,
tuple?
sir.
You know. So what is a tuple? It is a sequence of immutable Python objects. So we know that tuple is an immutable. So once we create, that's it. Once we create, that's it. You cannot modify the tuple, right? And tuples are sequences, just like a list. And the difference between tuple and the list is tuples cannot be changed. That is the only difference is one is mutable and the other is immutable. One is mutable and the other is immutable. So which is mutable? List. list are mutable. Okay, so that is list are mutable, whereas tuples are immutable, right? So what are they? They are immutable. So once we create, we cannot modify or we cannot perform changes over the tuple. So this you have practiced it. So what is a tuple? Tuple one can be created like this. So how to create a tuple? Using parenthesis and each element separated by a comma. If it is a string, you need to use quotes. If it is an integer, no need to use quotes for integer or float type. So this is a tuple, and we are going to say this one as T1. T1 is the tuple, right? Now see, what are the various operations so that we can perform over the tuple. So what are they? So you can determine the length. So same function, that is length of length of tuple name T1. Similarly, you can perform concatenation. So that is again by using the operator plus. We'll concatenate the elements present in the two tuples. Also, we can perform multiplication. So that is a tuple multiplication by 4. In the result, you are going to have 4 highs. The integer high will be repeated for 4 times, right? Also, you can verify whether the elements present in the tuple or not by simply calling. So the element, so what is it? It is an element, and you are asking is in the tuple. So if it is in the tuple, you are going to output the result as true. If not, it is going to be the false. So this is nothing but membership operation. So this we have practiced it in the lab itself. So what is membership operator? In is a membership operator used to verify whether the whether the element present in the list or not, sorry, in the tuple or not. Also, you can iterate. So we have seen how to iterate a list. So iteration means a repeat, right? Iteration means repeat. So list are iterable. Also tuples are iterable. Both are iterable. Okay. Now let us check this operation in. So these are the built-in tuple functions. Apart from this basic functions, so these are the basic functions, and we also have the built-in functions to perform various operations over the tuple. So what are the compare? So where you want to compare two tuples, right? If so, it will tell you which is comparison means what? Comparison of 2%, comparison of heights of two people, comparison of weights of two people. What is the result? It will tell you. So let us say X and Y. I want to compare the heights of X and Y, right? By comparing these two, it will tell what is the result. X is greater than Y, or it can be Y is greater than X, any of the result. That is what the comparison. Similarly, it will tell you by comparing, it will tell the which tuple is greater, right? So that is tuple 1 is greater than tuple 2, right? That is the result. If this is a wrong assumption, will result in the false. It will result in the false, right? And the next one is going to be the length of the tuple. We have seen max of the tuple. What is the maximum value, minimum value of the tuple? And so if you specify any sequence, so like what is it? Data conversion from integer to float and float to integer. So here, so if I call like this int of 10.5, so what will happen? Actually, this is a floating type. You are performing typecasting to integer. So after this typecasting, it will become an integer data type, right? And now you have a sequence of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if you perform typecasting, here typecasting is going to be tuple of the sequence. It will become a tuple automatically, right? It converts a specified sequence to a tuple, right? So these are the various tuple operations so that we can perform over the tuples, and these things we will practice in the next class. In the ideally, also we will start the discussion over a dictionary, also a container data type. So what is meant by a container data type? What is meant by a container data type? Tell me. What is meant by container data type? Yes. So the container data type consists of elements. So what are they? The elements are nothing. The elements are going to be stored in this container. Here the containers are nothing but the list, tuple, dictionary, and sets, right? So we will see this in the next class. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, tell me. Any doubt here? Yes. So how many students are there? There are almost 55. Tell me. So any doubt here? And again, I am telling, don't join with your name. I need your roll number to mark the attendance. If you join, if you rename your roll number by a name, then it will be difficult to get the attendance. So let join with your roll numbers only. Okay. So if you don't have any, if you have no doubts, then I will